Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the Love 500, and welcome back to Project Henrietta. There she is, let's get on with it. So I'm following this auction today. It's similar to my new project, which I've named, or one of you have named, Project Henrietta. As you know, I paid £2.5 for it. Now this one is a very, very similar, same year, same colour, same spec level, similar damage, so it needs a new door. It's got rear quarter damage, so it won't need so much work doing on the near quarter, but does need work doing. Can't see whether the windscreen's gone or not. I'm trying to see it and film it at the same time. So as you can see there, it's got a dent there, and it's caved in there. So again, you know, most of that will pull out and that can be repaired. Even probably the door could be repaired. Don't necessarily need to get a new door on it, but it's very similar. Also, the seat and the airbag's gone, like mine. Mine's the other side, but obviously it makes no difference. So apart from, no, what am I saying? Windscreen. The windscreen's on the other car. So yeah, I think the mileage is slightly lower, 29,000. Mine's 41,000, but you know, it is what it is. There's the damage, or the main damage, as you can see. There's that big dent there. So it's still quite a bit of work. So not too dissimilar from my one. This one is up today for auction. It's currently at 2,100. So I'm hoping it goes for over £3,000. It's number 102, and I think we're up to about 60 or something at the moment. So we'll come back when this one is up for auction, and we'll have a look. Obviously, I've got no intention of buying it, but we'll have a look and see what it goes for. We're just on the car before now, a 2009 Corsa. It was at 150 quid a second ago. No one was bidding. It's on reserve, but it's only at 225. There's only two people bidding by the looks of it. It's done 140,000 miles, but obviously they're never gonna allow someone to have that for £225 is at the moment. Yeah, no, they won't be getting that. Right, here it is. Let's see, 2150. 22. This is only a Cat N, not whereas mine's a Cat S, but as I say, it's very similar damage. 2250. Oh, I'm surprised. It only went for 2250. Still more expensive than mine. Once you add fees on, 2250, you got to be talking of £400 fees at least. So actually, yeah, that's not a bad price actually at all. I'm surprised about that. I'm also disappointed that it went for so less as well, especially on a pure sale. So that's obviously going to sell. Sell. It's not on a reserve. Oh well, I still think I got mine for a good price, but there you go. That just shows you. So as you know, this is a replacement door. So this has still got the handle that was on the replacement door with the lock from the car that this came off of. So this isn't the lock or the handle for this car. I think you saw previously that I got a new handle and I took the lock out of the broken handle that was on the door that was on the car, and I've inserted that and it's ready to go into the car. So that's why there's no door card on. I've got that dark door card. If you remember, we got the grey door card, but this one was destroyed, so I've got the one out of the loft, which is this one. A bit dirty, but just needs a good clean up, and then that can go on. So we're going to do that. Change the handle, put the door card on, and then we're going to go around and just hide that, because I'm going to be using this car for a few days or weeks. Loopy Harold is going in for MOT. Well, hopefully we'll go back for his re-MOT on Friday, in which case then I can start using that one. However, until then this one's got to be done so I can use it, and I've got to start using it for tomorrow. There's my replacement aerial that I put on, which doesn't fit fantastically, but it's on. So I may get a proper one anyway, but it'll do for the time being. And also, gonna get me dent tools out and have a go at this and see if I can get some of those dents out. If I can get them all out, then I won't bother getting a new wing. I mean, this is flapping about as well, so I need to sort that out. I may need to put a new one in there. But that's the plan for today. So first things first. Oh, there's a nice little scratch on there. See if we can get that off. Builders are around the corner again. Nice Sunday afternoon. Let's get on with it. I'll set you up on tripod and we'll get on and do this door handle. Right, so obviously we've already had this off once before and it was just stuck back on temporarily. So, peel that back, stick a bit of tape on it just to hold it in place. While I'm working under here, this is the bit that I really hate. I hate taking these rods off. As you know, these rods often, once you've taken them off, they won't ever stay in again. So sometimes it's good practice just to use take it off at the bottom. That's easy enough. Sometimes it's easier just to use a cable tie on it anyway, because invariably they do always come off. The blue one is always blue bottom one. Oh, it's always more difficult to get off for some reason. I know some people say use pliers, and I have got the long nose pliers here. But I don't know. It's always a pain loosen the 10mm bolt off. So we've done this 1,000 times before, but I just don't like doing this job. While I'm getting that off, because sometimes that can be quite tricky to get that out, especially without damaging it, I'm going to put you on time lapse, as you've seen this a million times before anyway. Right, that's the rod off. It actually came off quite easy. So the first rod is disconnected top and bottom, and I've taken out. The second rod, the one nearest this side of the door, is taken off at the bottom, because you can get the handle in and out with that one rod on. So depends how tight it is. This one doesn't feel tight in the aperture, but you generally have to loosen it, push it down, push the actual physical thing down, so you see it'll move up and down. To get it out of the shape that's cut out in the door, you need to push it down, take that end out, compress it inside, and then eventually it will just come out. Excuse the noise coming from the neighbours. There we go, that's out. So we don't actually need this handle at all, but I am going to keep it, and I understand that if you take out those screws, see there's one there, one there, one there, and I think there's another one under there. If you take those out and remove that black bit, you can get that out, because otherwise without the key you can't get that out, so that makes that handle useless. And I know it's got paint flaking on it, but there is a possibility I could use that on a future car, even if it's only temporarily. But I'm going to have a go at that, see if I can do that, and I'll film that as well, because it might be something useful to see. So that's that off. So obviously this is dirty. Ideal time to give it a good clean up. So we'll get some cleaner out, clean that up, and then we'll offer up the new handle. So I'll spray it on the cloth rather than on the door itself, because we'll spray it through the holes. Good opportunity to clean this bit as well. This is the bit that always gets scratched with fingernails and rings and stuff. You can never really get in there that properly. Right, that's nice and clean. A couple of little bits, but I won't worry too much about that. Right, that's that. Now we'll get the handle. I think it's in the boot of the car. Get that out and we'll offer that up and fit that. Right, so this is the new handle. I say new, it's a second-hand one. It's got the proper lock in it, which I put in. As you can see, when they come, as I mentioned, with that rod already on. Now that rod isn't the one that is a problem. The problem is the rod that plugs into there. Where am I? Plugs into there. This is the nylon, I don't know what you'd call it, like an insert that the front rod, which is the one for the actual handle mechanism itself, fits into. And that's, I'm trying to get it into focus, and that's the one that once you've taken a rod out of it, you can never seem to get one to stay in, because the constant opening and closing of the door, and it just comes free. So what I tend to do is I get through that little gap there, I get a smallest one I can find, cable tie, wrap it round, and it just holds the rod in place, and providing you don't get it in the wrong place, it doesn't stop the door handle from opening. Sometimes it takes a little bit of jiggery pokery to get it in the correct position, but I am going to do that because this isn't, as I say, this isn't a brand new handle, so the chances are that the rod won't stay in there. In fact, I can see it split, I think. So what I might actually do is the handle I've just taken out, I don't suppose that's ever been out of that car before. Is that split? Or maybe not. I'll take a chance on it, but I'm going to put the thing through it anyway, because it will just guarantee to hold it in place and it won't come out then. It's a fiddly thing to do. You got to try and, when it's in the car, actually I might even try putting it in before I put it in. Yeah, that might be an idea. So if I put it in position, obviously I can't loop it. Well, I can loop it. Actually, I can even connect it and loop it round. I'm going to try that. If it don't work, I can cut it off and put another one in afterwards. But once it's in the car, it's a lot more difficult to get it in the right place. You're looking from here sideways, and you're trying to loop it over, pull it out, and then join it, and obviously then cut off the excess. So I'm going to put one in now before I put it in, and that might hopefully make it easier to do. It is, I don't want to use that word bodge again, because you had a go at me about the Abarth, didn't you? Or some of you did. But it's a guaranteed way of keeping it, and I know a lot of people do this because of these bushes. And I'm sure you can buy these bushes. If I could find a source for buying them, I have looked. So I'd get some. So if anyone out there knows where you can buy those bushes, I'll buy a box of 100 of them if I can get them, and that way I won't need to do this. But they are a stupid design that they generally are a one use only. So anyway, let's get a small cable tie, get it wrapped around, and then we can put it in. Okay, so here we go. So we've got a small cable tie. So what we do is we feed it in there, loop it round, put it through. Hopefully this is coming out on camera. Make sure I've got it the right way, which I haven't. Typical. Turn it round. I think the serrated bit is on the inside. And sometimes on these smaller ones it's difficult to see which side is or difficult to feel even. That's it. Right, so if I now feed that in like that, then once the rod is in, I'm not showing it, I'm too low. Once the rod is in, I'll then loop that over there, close it on there, and hopefully it will stay in place. So let's go back to the car and we'll do that. Okay. We get that back, you get that in. Get that bit in first. Don't know if this thing's getting in the way or not. Need to get the rod's getting in the way. There we go. There we go. That's it. You have to make sure there's no gap at the bottom. There we go, that's in. Perfect. So if you get a gap at the bottom, let me take the camera off, show you. Sorry, I got a bit knotted then. So the car I did for someone recently, where the handle didn't fit, I bought a cheap aftermarket one, and I couldn't get that bottom bit flush. As you can see there, it's flush, and it wouldn't go flush. So there's the hole the screw goes back in, which is in the right position. So I'll get that screw in loosely, and then we'll get it all bolted in the other side. I'm not going to do it right up. Now hopefully that looped cable tie will actually, I'm going to do this right up. We'll be in the correct place. And allow me to, that's it. And it will allow me to cut it off. So I can't really get you in there, unfortunately. So I'll put you on time lapse. It's impossible. I'm just going to point the camera in there with the light that's already in there, so you can see. You've got the blue rod, the rod that goes into the back one, which is the blue one there. And then the new rod I've got to put on, say new rod, this is the rod that was on the car, which has got a slot. That piece slots in at the top, and that bit slots in on the red one at the bottom there. And then I can't see my cable tie. Where's my cable tie? I can see it, but I think it's fallen off. It's come out of position. So I'll put you on time lapse anyway, and then we'll get those on. Seem to have lost the round bit that fits in there. I know I've got spares. Pull my microphone off. I know I've got spares of those, so I'll have to find a spare one. Let's put the bolts back in, and then as you can see, it is exactly the same colour actually, the black or dark grey. If you remember, on a previous car I was going to use this in, I had a set, but the other one was a lighter grey. This is exactly the same, so no one will ever know. I think this, can't remember which car these came off of now. I think they might have come off of Cooey. So I just need to find that that piece there, which I know I've got several of them. It's just a matter of finding them. I have tried to get organised in the garage, and certain things that I use all the time I've got in like little plastic bins, but that bit isn't one of them. But I do know I have got them. Right, that's those done up. Put the little grey cover back on there. Put the little chrome bit on the handle. Oh! Can you believe it? That's come off. So I'm going to take it all off again. That's annoying. I should have tried that first. Yeah, the handle's come off. I did put it on. I thought I'd put it on properly. Obviously not. So I'm not going to film me taking that off. I'll get it off and then we'll carry on. Right, we're back where we were now. All done up. All it was is that little white plastic little thing that flicks over onto the arm that sits in the back of this. You flick a bit like you do on the door rods. You flick it back and it holds it in, and I hadn't flicked it back, so as soon as I pulled the door handle it came off. There we go, that's better. I just got to get that, and then we can push that back in, and then we're done. So that's that. Oh, I say we're done, we've got to clean this up. Yeah, so I'll get the elbow grease out and get that clean, and then we'll come back and we'll get on to the next bit. So I've had a little go at that. I made it a little bit better, but I think maybe I'll get the body shop to do it. It hasn't broken the paint anywhere. That's just the glue. Some of the glue's still on there. It hasn't broken the paint, I don't think. So I think a PDR repair on that might be okay. I'll get the body shop to do that when they're doing the rest of it. What I'm going to do now, this tyre's as bald as a coot. I didn't even realise on one edge. This is all broken, so I'm going to get this off. I think I've got some new ones, or second-hand ones. I'm assuming they're the same on a pre-facelift car. I imagine they are. Hopefully they are. And I'm sure I've got new ones of those, or second-hand ones of those, so I can get those, get that swapped over. But it's all shredded there, and it's all loose here as well, so it's got to be done. So I'm going to do that. I'll put you on time lapse and we'll get it up in the air. So I got the old one off, as you saw. Had a little bit of trouble getting it off. I was going to I've sort of had a little go at that, but I'm not sure if I've cracked the paint or whether that's glue. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's just not, I don't know why it's not happening, but it is a bit more bent than I thought, so I might actually end up replacing it. Where this arch liner was all mullered, this has come off. I've tried gluing it and I can't get a clamp to stay on it. It just keeps slipping off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plastic weld it instead, and that will also heat up the glue that I've put on it, and hopefully will help to hold it. Once I've done that, I can then get the arch liner back on. Obviously, if this wing is going to be changed, it'll all have to come off anyway, but I need to get that rest of that glue residue off, but I'll do that afterwards. Once I've got it back down its wheels. As I said, all I've done on there is just whacked a bit of paint over it. Just literally just sprayed a little bit of paint over it just to hide it up a little bit, just so it doesn't stand out quite so much, as I'm going to be driving it for the next at least this week, until Harold gets his MOT done, possibly longer. So yeah, so I'll get my hot welder out. I'm not going to film that, we've done it before. The plastic welder, I'm going to weld that bit in, then I'll get the get that arch liner back in. Right, the wheels back on. We've done all we can now. I have discovered that the wheel arch liner is different on the facelift, and also the little hatch is the same as the one that comes off of the Sport. Yeah, so that's different. So it goes on, but the holes are in a different place. It doesn't quite fit down there. I don't know if you can see, there's a gap there. So I will have to get one, a facelift one. But it'll do for now. So I've had a little go at that. I still got to get that glue off. I'll do that in a sec. And I've just put some paint over that, as I showed you a few minutes ago. And the door card is on. The new door lock is on. New door handle is on. Shuts if you shut it firmly. So yeah, it's all ready to go to the paint shop. But as I said, however, I am going to be using it for work at least this week. And then we'll see what happens. But yeah, ready for the paint shop. Obviously they've got my other car at the moment. They've got Marilyn at the moment, so I'm hoping that as soon as he's finished with Marilyn, I don't know how long he's going to take to do it, depends how busy he is. Once he's finished with Marilyn, I can swap him over. So ideally, if I get a call from him, say not this week coming but the following week, to get Marilyn back, and then I can take this one up there, that would be ideal, because by then Loopy Harold, which is out there, will be MOT'd, and I can use that one. And I need to get Loopy Harold down now to do some more work. So that's it for the time being. So I haven't done very much on it today. but it's a little bit of content for you, and just shows you what I have done. And there won't really be any more on this car now until such time as it's back from the paint shop, and then we can reveal how much we've paid for the bodywork to be done. So until then, this is Project Henrietta. This is Love 500. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing for those who have. If you're not, if you're only a casual viewer and you've just found the channel by accident today, please consider subscribing. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell to be notified when we upload new videos. So thanks for watching. See you soon. Stay safe. Take care. And that's it.